Hello again everybody, welcome back. Today I thought I would share with you what are some of the cool little tricks I've picked up from the internet that I grumble about so much. But there are quite a few things that I have learned, and you get the privilege of standing next to great artists' chairs, and these are the few things that I've picked up through social media and the internet that I think are pretty great game changers. Okay, so the first trick I saw, and I haven't tried it out yet, so let's see how this works out. Somebody drew a heart and then completed their lip shape, and it seemed to make the symmetry very simple. So I'm going to use something super dark, so difficult. This is Fenty Underdog, and I'm just going to pop that on the back of my hand so you can see just how incredibly delicious and ox bloody it is. I'm going to take my favorite Inglot lip brush, and I'm just gonna dip into that, and now let's create that heart. So what you kind of want, okay, I'm not sure of the value of creating the heart other than to maybe help you heal and to maybe give you the idea of where your symmetry needs to end, I guess. And then she just extended it from the heart straight out. I mean, that is the shape, but I know the shape. But I'm wondering if this helps you. And now from the point that you drew of the heart straight to the inner point of your lip. So from here straight down to your point. So you know what it does? It encourages you to hold your lip in the shape that you should be holding it in. I've shown this to you in a video while I've recorded it, whether you've seen it or not yet. I always go, wow. If you hold it in that shape that makes the heart apparent, then smile. So that. So I think the heart thing worked. I can see. So you do that, you create your heart, and then you pull it out to the points. What it encourages you to do is to hold your lips in the correct position. So I would vote yay for this one internet trick. So the next trick is actually, I think, something that I really do use a lot, is even as a bridal makeup artist. I always used to do a little bit of filling in of my brows. I like to keep them soft, but more recently I've started to take the approach of drawing in single hairs, because if I can't complicate my life even further, then what's the point of living, right? So it's one of my favorite things to do is to just take a fine brush, like any old paintbrush or your eyeliner brush. I just dip a little bit of water into a sort of a cool brown eyeshadow. You could do it from a brow kit. You can pick it up from just anything, like look, here's from one of our old tutorials, a Rimmel nude. I'm just going to sort of put it in these browns which kind of look like your hair. And once I've got that happening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw little single hairs. So basically, if you wish you were able to grow a hair, now we're just going to, we'll grow it for you. So I'm just going to keep dipping into those sort of browns, gray browns, nothing too hot chocolatey. Your hair is not chocolatey. And like for me, at the beginning of this brow, I don't really have any hair. So I could just draw in single hairs, and I do think that that is more effective than, you know, having a crazy filled in spot. Like just put in single hairs. And you can see now that looks much fuller, and if I just press it down with my finger, it's really quite convincing that that's real hair. Cool, right? So I would definitely give that internet learned trick a thumbs up. I think I actually learned it from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So learned it from, you know, the brow revolutionary, let's say. Okay, another thing that I've seen, and I haven't tried it, is a really pretty thing that people do, which is they do like a brown eyeliner and then they go over it with a bronze eyeliner and then they clean it off with a brush. And I'm not one of those clean it off types, I'm a blend it in type. So I'm curious to see how this works out. So I'm just going to use my NARS loaded palette, which you guys have seen before, and I'm going to dip into this antique gold bronze they have. And I'm going to use the chocolate brown in the palette too. So firstly, I'm going to dip my brush into the chocolate brown of the loaded palette, which is this one. And then I'm going to take this bronze. Okay, so once I've got the chocolate brown nice and strong on my brush, I'm just going to very lightly push it up against my lashes with no great science. I'm just letting my lashes hold it and pushing the brush behind. I'm creating a sort of loosey-goosey liner, but I'm only gonna do this brown from where I have lashes. I'm not gonna come all the way in. You can see it's not done with any level of, you know, great concern about perfection, because just after this you're going to come in with some bronze. So just do this brown line in a sort of sloppy way. Don't have to be too crazy about it. Oof, I love moody makeup like this, right? All these auburn tones. Don't come all the way in, just where your lashes start. You don't have to be too concerned. I'm just kind of doing little dots. Okay, I'm giving myself a smidge of a lift only because that tells me where to stop my bronze, right? I'm going to clean off that brush and I'm going to come back in with this goldy bronze here. Just such a beautiful color. It's this antique gold color. And I'm just going to go very messily over this. There's no great sort of science to it. Just go over it. What ends up happening is you can't get super close to the lashes, so you end up leaving this really small, fine brown line in a way that maybe you couldn't draw it. And then I'm just putting in my bronze a little bit. I can't help myself. But we're about to clean this off, so Bina, stop blending. It's a disease, guys. So see, I'm just stroking this bronze gold over the black. Oh, sorry, over the brown. Man, I could just blend this out and go. That's hot. But that's not what this is about, so I'm going to stop trying to blend this eye. Now, this is the thing that I've never really done, so I'm curious to see. So you take a little bit of cream or eye makeup remover, whatever you prefer. I'm taking cream because I don't have an eye makeup remover in my eyeline. So cream it is. and I'm taking it on a little flat brush like this. This is the Morphe M432 brush. It's just flat like that. And I'm now going to clean up my makeup in a straight line. So what will end up getting left will be a half bronze, half brown liner. So I'm just going to take a Q-tip now that I've applied the cream where it needs to be applied and nowhere else. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Whew. Just need a bit more cream to get a bit cleaner here. That is definitely super cool looking. Now let's just complete the removal of the extra. That is undeniably stunning. Wow, I love that. Especially when you look down, it looks amazing. Also, because the other side, yeah, it doesn't look as alluring until you clean it off. Okay, definitely yes to this. Definitely got my vote of approval, internet. Yes, very nice suggestion. I would do this in a rush for sure. And even if it's not about a rush, it's got a very interesting effect, I think. I wonder if it comes across on camera, but in real life, it really looks nice. This hint when you look down. Goodness, I hope you guys can see that. It's hot. And the last one that I wanted to teach you that I hope, I would say that the internet is teaching you. It's one that I've done so many times, and I really hope that it's our humble thing, our humble contribution to the internet and the tricks that you learn from there that actually turn out to be quite good. So I'm going to kiss the brush, which is going to take off my pigment from my cheek. Just going to take my pigment from my lip, and I'm just going to hit my cheekbones with that. Oof. Then of course you just want to make sure that your contour keeps up with what you're up to. So I'm just gently first just moving this pink around because I think it's just delightful feeling, taking it up on the cheeks these days a little bit. Sort of a Francois Nars trick that sort of take the blush up. I'm just finding myself doing it. Just going to hit myself with a little bit of highlighter over that. So this is just that Bourjois Le Petit Strober, just because it's lying around these days, so I'm just using it. It's just a nothing sort of color. And the last thing you want to do is to bring in some deeper tawny contour. So let me just see, maybe I will use the same Rimmel edition just to show you can use these things for anything. That eyeshadow that we use for our brows, I'm just going to dip my brush vaguely in that area. Then I'm going to dip my brush vaguely in this area. So I'm going to get a mixture of dark and light. And I'm going to just hit this. And I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a gray beige. Right? Because I mixed these things together, and you hit this and you hit this, you're gonna get a great cool contour, which I think you can see we've got. Yum! So there you have it, some really good little tricks picked up off the internet. I think these are really quick game changers. A lot of them are just intelligent solutions, and I have no issues adding them into my repertoire as a professional, and you should add them to yours now too. I hope that was great and helpful, and please subscribe and like, and I will see you next time. Bye.